What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Hello, my name is Tyler Tarver. I'm an educator, like many of you are. Some of you are students, some of you are just rando people rolling around the internet wanting to learn how to do whatever it is we're talking about today, which today we are talking about how to do video remotely as a teacher. Okay, now you don't have to be a teacher to utilize this. Some of you guys might even want some of your students to utilize this. And so it's going to have far reaching hopefully helpfulness. Wow, that sentence was terrible. So if you could, before we get started, in the chat, if you're tuning in live, comments if you're tuning in later. If you want, tell me what you're drinking today. This is Tea Time with Tyler, and I am drinking a lovely tea from a local local tea manufacturer, and it's a blonde roast with extra cream. That's what I always go for. So if you would tell me in the chat where you're watching from and what you're drinking. If it's the first time you tuned in, we do these every morning that I can. We do one of these little guys. And so if you want to see them later, some of the ones we've done before, we've done some on Google Classroom. We've done, what else? We did slide sheets, docs. We've done pretty much anything people want to talk about. And so we did one on virtual bell ringers recently. That was fun. And so if you could hit that red subscribe button underneath this, it is a way for you to find these videos later. So if you want to share them with students, because I've got a video in here on that you can share with your students, and it just teaches them how to be good students in a virtual classroom. And so we're going to walk through all the different ways you can do video in your class. And so if you have any questions at any point, toss that in the chat. I can see that. It's a little delayed, but that allows me to see it. And then anytime I have a gap in what I'm walking through for you, we can cover it. So here we go. We are learning. And first I want to show you, so we're going to walk through how to create the video yourself. But I did want to take a few minutes to show you how to just find and put good videos into remote learning experience. Okay, so I'm going to, oh, here we go. They just popped in. We got some familiar faces. We got Lori, we got Tracy, Leslie, what up, Leslie, Amy, Seth. I am so excited you guys are here. Oh my goodness, we got coffees, we got waters. Tracy drinking a strawberry limeade. Somebody made a Sonic. Is that a Sonic one, or do you make homemade strawberry limeades? Either way, I'm impressed. So okay, so this is all good. Okay, so wait. So Amy said she's in Fayetteville, and she's doing Baba Boudin's. It's a black roast or a black coffee. I usually do Onyx when I go there, so I'm gonna have to try that place out if you recommend it. Okay, so here we go. So let's start it off. First, we're gonna show how to find good videos that you can post. But then after that, I want to show you how to stream and do stuff, including what I'm doing right now. And so I will, you know, answer any questions you got. So here we go. Let me make myself small so that the screen can be big. Okay. So I'm in YouTube and I want to find a video. Let's say I want to do one on slope intercept. Okay. So you go up here to the search bar and you're just going to type in what you want to share with your students. Now, this comes in really handy, especially if you're teaching remotely. You don't want to spend most of your time in your interactions with students going over stuff that you could just send them and they can watch on their own. So I've done this in my classroom, pre remote learning, but also after we went remote learning. And back when I was a principal of a school that had in-person and online, this is how we did every day. So whenever you're wanting to meet with your class, say you're doing a Google Meet or a Zoom call or however you're chatting with them, if they're sitting there for an hour just listening to you talk, you are using your time wrong. That's my opinion, but also I feel like it's based in a lot of time that I put into remote learning. So what you can do is what's called a flipped classroom. Instead of you talking during class time and then they go home and they do all the homework assignments without any, certified teacher in the room, you flip that. You give them the instruction at home, and then when they come into class, you can answer individual questions. It allows you the opportunity to address things that are very specific that they have that they couldn't do from most YouTube videos. But if it's just delivering, slope intercept form, there's hundreds of videos on slope intercept form. So you could go in, you could grab this video. Okay, and now I can get this video and I can go into my classroom. So let's go into classroom. Going to Google Classroom, waiting on my computer to load. It's going great. Well, that tutor guy came in hot. Okay, so I'm going to Classroom. So most of you guys might be using the LMS Google Classroom. Let me know in the chat, what are you guys using as an LMS at your school? Are you going to be using Google Classroom primarily? Or are you going to be running Google Classroom through something else? Or using a completely different LMS? And I'll tell you this though, don't put it in there if you don't want me to say what I think. Because if I see an LMS that I'm familiar with, I'm gonna tell you it's trash. I'll tell you it's trash. Okay, because I've used a lot. I've used like 7 or 8 different LMSs as a teacher, an administrator, and as a student. And so I got strong opinions. Okay, fake class. Sorry, I gotta make one. I'm in one as a student, but I need one as a teacher so I can post it. So here we go. So I want to create an assignment. I want to post the video in there. Most of you guys have done this before. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to create assignment. Now, whenever you go to add the video, you want to click, here's it, slope, intercept. Okay. Now, remember, we've talked about in the Google Classroom walkthrough, be very detailed and organized in what you want them to do. Don't just put like one sentence, go, do the assignment, review the material. Tell them step 1, watch the video. Step 2, take notes. Step 3, upload a picture of your notes. Step 4, do the assignment. Okay, be very clear. So I'm going to hit add, and I'm going to go to YouTube. Yes, you can go in and add a link, and I'll show you what the difference is. If I go and add the link, because a YouTube video is a link, it looks like this. Well, that doesn't look bad. So they must have updated it. So I could go in here and I can type the URL and it's going to look pretty much the exact same. Now, it's saying I've already done that. Now, what you can do is you don't have to go to YouTube and then come into Classroom and post the video. You can go into YouTube or go into the YouTube link option on Google Classroom and you can search straight from there. So I can search directly from there and I can select the video and I can add it in. It's the same video. Why do I keep picking the same video? Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to go slope, intercept. And let's say I want to grab Nickelodeon, Nicka's Kids. Okay. I don't see any more of my videos, which kind of hurts. Oh, Professor Rob Bob. I know him. Well, not personally, but I've seen his videos. Okay, so Seesaw. I've heard a lot about Seesaw. I know several schools that are using that. So you're using that. Somebody said Electric Academy is not a fan of Moodle. Me neither. I used to work for a college that used Moodle, and they were like, hey, could you look at our online stuff and tell us what you think? Because I had a lot of experience doing online stuff. And I looked at it, and I was like, yeah, you got to stop using Moodle. Like, it's not very good. I was like, Moodle is the thing everybody quit using before the thing that everybody quit using to where the thing they are now. So, people can do what they want to do. So here we go. Good call on that. Brightspace. I have not used Brightspace. I'd love, because I know you're Electric Academy, which you should click on him. He's got some great videos. Subscribe to him. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Google Classroom. A lot of people using Google Classroom. I need to really look into the Seesaw and see what that looks like incorporated with Google Classroom. So I might do that on another one. So, okay. So that's how you can do it. So you can list all these videos individually, but I want to show you this, and then we're going to move on to creating videos. When you're in here, you might want them to watch 4 or 5 different things, but you don't want to go in and post 4 or 5 different videos. You can actually create a playlist and have them go through and just start the playlist and it rolls directly into it. Because then what you do is you get to choose the order. I say order of operations. You get to choose the order of when they see those videos. And so to make a playlist, all you got to do is you find the first video that you like. I use YouTube Premium, by the way. I wish I could get affiliate links because I promote it like I get paid. I don't, but I really like YouTube Premium. Sorry, I'm waiting on my screen to load. So whenever, okay, here we go. So whenever you're on a video you like, okay, so I'm in here and I want this to be the first video. I can create a playlist directly from the video. A lot of people think they got to go somewhere else and straight up just like create a playlist. Like I got to go to the create a playlist. The great thing about Google is they make like 5 different ways to do anything. And so they're going to make it as easy as possible for you to do anything you want to do. And so they did that. And I think the easiest way to create a playlist is directly from the videos. I'm trying to pause my video, but we're not there yet. So do you see right here? I'm going to have to zoom in so you guys can see it. There underneath the video, like right where the subscribe is, don't forget to subscribe under this video. Right underneath there, there's like 3 lines with a plus sign. And so this is not a good sign. If we're rolling like this on this part, That's not good because I want to show y'all some video stuff. I want to answer y'all's questions while that's loading. Will the ads be on there for students if you go through Google Classroom and add the YouTube video? That's a good question, Leslie. I'm not 100% positive. Because usually whenever I assign it in Google Classroom, yes, you can assign it in Classroom and it plays on the screen so everybody can watch it. But I'm not sure if it shows the ads whenever. I'll tell you this. When I'm in Google Classroom as a student and I'm watching a video, I've never seen an ad. Now, does that mean it doesn't happen? No. I just have not seen it. So great question. If anybody else knows that, throw that in the comments. Okay. So it's zooming in. So do you see this plus sign, the 3 lines and the plus sign? That's how I create a playlist. So I click that. Now, I can add it to a playlist I already have, but I don't want to. Remember, we're talking about creating a playlist. So I'm going to click Create New Playlist, and then I can make the name. I'll call it Slope Intercept. Now, everybody thinks, not everybody, some people think that you have to have like a full chapter. Like, oh, I got to create a full chapter to have a playlist. You can do playlists on every day's lesson. It doesn't have to be like a day as a video. A day can be 5 videos. I used to run my class like that when I taught intermediate algebra. I would send them 4 videos that I made in a playlist. And I'm like, hey, watch these tonight, take notes. And then their assignment when they first walk into class was to take a picture of their notes and upload it. That's how I verified they did it. And then we just started answering questions and I had them participate. So I call it Slope Intercept. Now, here's a little thing that you can do. If you want, public means that anybody can see it or find it. Unlisted, and this goes for video too, unlisted is if you want anybody to be able to watch it from any computer, but they can't find it or click it or watch it unless they have the exact link. So a lot of you guys have open house coming up. I was talking to my friend Leanne, and she is the director of academic affairs at a school. And she was talking about how some of her teachers didn't feel comfortable putting a video of themselves out on YouTube. But it's like, do you then put it in Google Drive, which you could, and then just open it up to share it? But really, all you're doing is the same thing as unlisted, except for that you're using the video platform that is made for storage, not for playback. And so what I would recommend, if you're going to put a video, but you don't want everybody to see it, what you can do is you can go and make it unlisted. And then you post the link wherever you want, either in an email or on your website or in Google Classroom. And that means that that video is not out there for the world. It is just out there for you and whoever you give the link to. Now, I will tell you this, it's just a little warning from Tyler's experience. If you post a video unlisted and send it out to 30 students, and then you look up and you have 200 views, that means one of your students grabbed that link, because you can't get the link unless you send it to them. They grabbed that link and then they pasted it in, Facebook or Twitter or somewhere where people can click it, or they texted it to people. So they can share it and be watched, but most of them aren't going to do that. There's not a big reason unless you say a cuss word and then they want to show people. Okay. I'm going to make this public. I hit create. I have just created a playlist. Now I can go into another video, and to add it to that playlist, I can just click my playlist button, and then I can choose, it's now existing, that, boom. I've now added 2 videos to that playlist. So that's the easiest way to make a playlist. And then I can click over here. So let's say we want to paste the playlist in our Google Classroom. I can go over here to these 3 lines on the upper left. And then I can go down here and it's going to show me my playlist right here. Do you see that? Boom. That is a playlist I've created. I can click on it. Now I can take that link, copy it, and now I can paste that in here. And now whenever I do that, I'm going to go in and paste it as a link. Okay. Now what that's going to do, it's going to create the whole playlist. So when students start watching, it starts rolling in. Okay. We're about to move on. Actually, it's going to show them the link. Look at this. It'll take them to a link where it's all listed out so they can actually pick and choose instead of just playing directly. You can do it to where it plays. So like, watch this. If you want to say you want the link to be the first video and it starts playing automatically, I would actually probably post it the way we did, where it lists them. That way students can see what they're in for and they're not just like bored and thinking that the video just happened. So if I hit play on that first video, now I can get that link by clicking share. And then I can hit copy, and you have an option when the video is in a playlist and you go to share it, you have the option of sharing it from the playlist or sharing it as an individual video. And so whenever I click on share, I can hit copy and it should play out of the playlist. And so that's another way to paste it in there as well. Let me answer some questions. Then we're going to move on to creating the video. So what about when YouTube is blocked for students? Edpuzzle, anything else? Oh, Jennifer, I'm sorry. So you're talking about at your school, they block it. What you need to do is you need to email your superintendent. You can send them a clip of this video at this moment, which I can show you how to do that. If you just want to show like from a certain point of a video. Oh, goodness. Say I want to play this video, and you can cut to where we are right here in the video. Waiting for the ad to quit playing. Man, I'm saying a lot, but guess what? You can go back and rewatch the video. It's the beauty of online learning. And so let's say this is what you're looking at on my screen over here, That is the part of the video right now that I'm about to say a message to superintendents, okay? And you want to share it with them. That way you're not saying it, I'm saying it. I don't work for them, so you can do whatever you want. You can hit share, like I'm 56 seconds in. I can hit share, and then you see this box says start at 56 seconds. It will start playing the video at that moment of the video. So you could copy the link there and share with your superintendent. So start right here, and this is my message to your superintendent. Hello, superintendent. It's recently come to my attention that you don't allow YouTube at your district for students to utilize. I want to let you know that right now, you may watch this in the future, you may watch it right now. This is 2020, and YouTube is the greatest educational tool ever created in the history of man. And you think books are, but books are a lot of a process to access, but also to create. YouTube, there are over 300 hours of video uploaded every minute into YouTube. There's more educational tools taught by a variety of people than anything else in the history of the world. And I know your reservations, superintendent anywhere. I know your reservations, but what if a kid clicks on a video and there's a cuss word? What you do is you have your teachers monitor what they're watching in their classroom. They walk around just like they would monitor if they're writing on a worksheet. Because guess what kids can do on worksheets? They can write cuss words on worksheets. And so what you do is if a student's watching something they shouldn't, or if they're watching something that's inappropriate, you follow your handbook and they get disciplined. That is how it works. We would not throw away a kid's access to a textbook just because some other kid wrote a cuss word on it. We teach them how to appropriately manage the resources in front of them. So you're teaching them a valuable tool they can use and how to use it for the rest of their life. That's my message to you, superintendent. Okay, so there you go. Sorry if that was too forward, but I think it needed to be said. All right, so let's create some video, shall we? If we're creating video for your class, you have a couple different options. I'm going to tell you, let's start with the most basic. I'm going to make this video and I want it to be public. Okay. So your options here are you can either pre-record it or you can run it live. Now I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each. Okay. And if you guys lean into one and you want to tell me in the chat, I'll lean that way. But if not, I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on both. So pre-recorded, the best camera to use, just use your phone. Okay. I would prefer if you film this way, because that is how we watch movies, is horizontally. But if you want to film like this because you like the way it looks, I'm okay with that as well. You do you, okay? This is a great camera to film with. Now, I've got a video on my website of how to film with a phone. So if you want to use it for you or any students or teachers or whatever, you can go there and get it. If you don't find it, you can actually text me and I'll send you the link. Let me toss my text up there so you can do that. Okay, cool. So whenever you're going and you want to make a video and you're going to pre-record it, you can just prop your phone up and you can teach. Okay, you can talk, you can teach, you can move around, you can set it up on some books. I've stacked stuff to film on books, on cabinets, on shelves, wherever you have to. If you have a tripod, that's even better. But you just make it level to where students can see it, and then you're talking and you record it. Now, here the pro of that is, like, the good thing about pre-recording is you know what's going to be on there before it goes out. Like, you get to control that. However, the con is if you're filming a 45-minute lesson on your phone, that's going to take up like 12 gigs of space. So it's important that you have enough room on your phone to record that. Okay. Now that's pre-recorded. Then what you would do is you would take that video and you could upload it straight from your phone into YouTube. Remember, public means anybody can see it. Unlisted is probably if you don't want anybody to find it. Unlisted is where you're going to put it to where you can just share the link. Okay. Now, here's another cool thing. Let's say I'm going to show you. I've got a video on this too. So if you want it, hit me up, or I've got it on my YouTube channel that you're on right now. So you can actually go into Classroom. So I'm going to go into my Classroom app. And while you're in Classroom, let's say you're like, you know what? I have zero desire to put this video out publicly on YouTube. And actually, just the word YouTube scares me because I don't want to become some meme or YouTube video because I didn't upload it correctly. And, here we are. You can actually now record video directly into Google Classroom, and it uploads it into a Google Drive file. It doesn't go into YouTube. So I'm on right here. I'm in my Classroom app. I'm going to go to classwork. I'm going to hit the plus sign right here. And then I'm going to hit, nope, I'm sorry. It's on stream. I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to hit the little paperclip in the upper right. I actually have a TikTok on this, or it's on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram at Tyler Tarver. I made a real quick 1 minute on this, so it was a lot quicker. Click on that paperclip, click use camera. What it's going to do, hey, I can record. What's up, guys? Tyler here. I want to give you guys a quick community update. Today, we're going to be going over fractions. Don't forget to watch your playlist on YouTube. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me via email or put it in the discussion thread. It'll become questions for the whole class to see. And I want you guys to have a great day. And if you need me, let me know. And remember, I have my office hours from 2 to 3 on Google Meet. So you can take that, that's what I call a community video. You should do those every single morning if you're remotely teaching. You do that, record it. You can upload it straight into Google Classroom, and it just is on a file that is only accessible to your students. So that's the best way if you want to make it private. I would even recommend if you're doing something for your class and you don't want anyone else to see it but your class, just upload it directly into Google Classroom. And like I said, I've got some really quick videos on how to do it. Okay, so Leslie had a good point. I'm going to answer this and then we'll keep rolling. Leslie said whenever she uploaded recently, she had to go to YouTube Studio to verify that it's child safe. Yes. So YouTube, about 6 months ago, they had kind of a big overhaul. And I don't know if I'm saying this correct. It's like CIPA, CIPA, I think is the acronym. It's the Child Information Protection Act. It means that apparently marketers were marketing to little kids on YouTube, like Baby Shark. They're like marketing to them, and that is illegal. And so like the way they were marketing, the way they were selling to kids, because kids are, you can influence children. And so they wanted to create a safe environment for young students to go in and watch these videos without having to worry about marketers targeting them. And so now when you upload a video to YouTube, you have to indicate, yes, it is made for children, or no, it is not made for children. And unless I'm incorrect, you can Google this to verify. I'm pretty sure it means that if they're 13 or over is who your target audience is, then it's not made for children. If they're under 13, then yes, it's made for children. And so you have to indicate that now when you upload videos. And that's one thing they're trying to do. They're trying to make it to where if that video pops up on YouTube Kids, or if it pops up in front of a kid who their parents have set like child restrictions on, it's a safe place for them. So we've talked about pre-recording. You can pre-record with your phone, either through YouTube, or on your phone and upload it to YouTube, or you can do it directly in Google Classroom. Now, the negatives of pre-recording is that it uses up a lot of space on your phone. And if you do a 45-minute lesson and you upload it directly into Classroom, that's going to take forever. Electric Academy got my back. He's talking about, he can confirm it does take a long time to upload from your phone. I used to not like it. It used to be a lot worse. YouTube, the app has gotten better, so you can upload it directly into the YouTube app. But it's still, you're limited by your Wi-Fi access. And so now here's what I've been recommending to my teachers for whenever they want to record and do video. I've been recommending to them so they don't have to worry about any of that storage stuff. And plus, a lot of them want to teach live. Yes, you can pre-record it and then you can assign it and they can watch it as homework. But a lot of my teachers want that interaction with students in a live video. And so the 2 ways I've found to do that, I'm sorry, 3 if you count Google Meet, but I want to talk about the first 2. The best two ways, if you're going to be teaching like I'm teaching right now, where I'm just throwing a ton of information at you, the two best ways to do that are either YouTube Live or StreamYard. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of both. YouTube Live is you are going to YouTube, and let's do that right now. Okay. So let's do a YouTube Live. I'm in YouTube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the upper right. Do you see where that camera is? I'm going to click on that camera, and then I'm just going to say go live. Now, what this allows me to do is it allows me to go on YouTube and have teach the lesson, but I'm not storing it on my computer. So I'm not taking up 10 to 12 gigs of space on my computer or my cell phone. I'm letting YouTube store it for me for free. So I go in here, create a title, fake class test. I can choose public. I can make it unlisted if you don't want anybody to see it except for your students, or private if you want nobody to see it. Now, here's that restriction we talked about earlier. Who's your audience? Yes, it's made for kids, or no, it's not. I'm going to say no. I can click on this and I can look at age restrictions. Do I want to restrict it to viewers over 18, or can it be for people under? I'm not going to cuss, so I'll say no. Anybody can watch it. And then I'm going to click next. Taking a thumbnail. Okay. So I looked down too early. Man, that's on me. I can edit, or I can straight up go live. Now, I'm actually going live on YouTube right now while I'm live on YouTube. Look at this. It's a crazy world. 2020, inception. Okay, so now I'm live on YouTube. So what it's doing, this is going to lag me probably because I'm running two live videos at the same time. I'm running live for you guys on StreamYard, but also I'm showing you my screen where I'm running live on YouTube. Now, here is where this is beneficial for you. It is storing it in YouTube's cloud. YouTube is storing it for me. Now, do you see the chat over on the right? So you guys, or anybody, my students, if I'm doing this class live, my students can do just what you're doing, and that's be in the chat. They can incorporate any thoughts they have, any questions they have while I'm talking. This is a good way to do your class if you want to present material and you want to choose the level of interruptions by students. Now, I'll tell you this, because a lot of people want to do Zoom or Meet to get their students to talk. Students are more likely to talk in the chat than they are to turn off their mic and go, hey, everybody, this is Tyler on the Zoom call. What's up? They're a lot more likely to just chat it up. So one thing you could do is say, hey, guys, let me know if you're here in the chat. Say present. I usually, we start these things with where are you from and what are you drinking, which I haven't drank out of in a minute. You could start your class with, hey, guys, remember in the community video, I asked you to think and reflect on your favorite, outdoor activity. Tell me your favorite outdoor activity in the chat. That's a good way to take roll for your class, but also get the discussion started so students start chatting. Okay. Now, I want to end this live YouTube video. So I'm going to go down to end. If it wasn't loading, I have somebody here. I have no idea how somebody found this fake video I'm doing on YouTube Live, because I did it on one of my channels that I don't ever use. But there we go. Told you it's going to lag a little bit because I'm running two live videos at the same time, but I can end the recording. Now, here's the other thing. We talked about the negative of pre-recording on your phone is that it takes up a ton of space on your phone when you're doing that. Now, here is one of the benefits of if you do this. Let's say you don't want to run this thing like a YouTube Live. Let's say you're not doing it so that all your students can find it. You could run it as a private video, and you could record yourself talking for as long as you want, and it's going to record directly into YouTube, and it's not going to take up all that space on your phone. So it's a way, if you run a live video without inviting any students and you just run it privately, you now have a video. That's stored on YouTube that you could just turn into unlisted or public and then post anytime you want. So it's like a little hack to record the video without taking up a ton of space on your phone or using a camera. So I'm going to dismiss that. So now I have that video on YouTube that I ran live. Okay, so you can run a YouTube live video. Now, here's the negative of that. The negative of running a YouTube live video is that it's harder to show your screen. And so whenever on this right here, you're looking at me and I'm small in the corner, but I've got that window showing up really large over here. It's because I'm using a website called StreamYard, which I'm going to walk you guys through. Okay. I want to answer your questions before I move on. Um, Electric Academy said, reply in the chat. Yes. Now, Electric asked a good question. Says, do I prefer YouTube Live over Google Meet or Zoom? It depends on what I'm wanting to do for my class. So, if I want them to be involved in the chat, but I need to deliver and I want to be the one talking and clicking through, like this is like how most people teach. I would just do a YouTube Live because they're going to be more talkative in the chat than they are to click and talk in the Zoom. Because it's a huge interruption. If we were all sitting in a Zoom and we had 30 of us in a room, anytime you guys want to participate, you're going to have to like cut me off, or you could be in the chat. Why not just do a YouTube Live video, run that in the chat, and then you guys can be talking and I can try to foster that conversation for you guys. What was the other thing? You asked about Zoom, or if you're wanting to do a Zoom or Meet, I'm going to save a Zoom or a Meet for when I want the students to talk a lot. If I want them to present, work in groups, chat, whatever it is, I want them to do that. That's going to be a Meet or a Zoom call. Leslie asked, if the live goes terrible, can you delete or edit out of the bomb section? You can go back and edit. You can trim, as of right now on YouTube, you can trim the ends. So let's say you're like sitting there staring at it for like 3 minutes thinking that it's live and it's not, then you can trim that down, and then it'll clean it off and then you can watch from here. You can also trim the back. I don't think as of right now you can trim out the middle. So you can't go in and edit. Now, do I think you will? Yes. I 100% think that YouTube is working on how they can let you edit videos directly in there. I know it is. You can add music afterwards. You can add filters afterwards. You just can't edit out of the middle as of right now. Now, that could change any moment. So great question. Great question. If you guys have any more questions, toss those in there. So I'm about to walk you through StreamYard. StreamYard is what I'm using right now. Now, I pay, I think it's like 20 or 25 bucks a month. And what that gets me is if I wanted to, I could stream this live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So I only choose to put it on YouTube because, that's what I like. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the like, hit the like is a thumbs up, by the way. If you're ever watching a YouTube video and you appreciate what somebody's doing, hit the thumbs up button under the video. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And also it helps YouTube tailor your viewing experience on what you look at YouTube around that. Okay. So if you like something, hit like. It's just a really nice thing to do. Also hit subscribe. So StreamYard is what I use. I pay like 20, 25 bucks a month to do that. Also, do you see my little logo up here? I don't know how to point. There. See my logo in that corner right there? I can put that in there. Also, I chose this background. It's like a white hardwood floor. It's also the background of the book I wrote that's not released yet. But hey, sign up for my text list and I'll tell you when it's released. So then, who was it? What else can you do? StreamYard, if you pay for it. Also, it takes away the little StreamYard, like little duck thing. Honestly, guys, you don't need to pay for it. Use the free version, okay? I would just use the free version. The little duck is not going to bother anybody. Everybody's going to think it's Bugle Boy, okay? Kelly Allen asked, how do you give students the live YouTube link? And I'll watch this. I can do this in StreamYard. How do you give students the live YouTube link? So there's a couple ways to do it. One, you could just tell them to subscribe to your YouTube channel, and then they know at 9 a.m. they're supposed to go to your YouTube channel and they're supposed to click on it. That's the easiest way. You train the students to go there and do it. It's like training them to walk into your class for class. You're training them to go to your YouTube and click on the videos to see a live video. Also, you can share those videos. So I've already gotten out of the YouTube live, and it lagged really bad. But whenever you're in there, let's see. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. You can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to webcam. Let's do another one real quick and see if I can grab that link for you guys. So I want to say, hey, again. Okay, I want to hit no, it's not made for kids. What we're doing right now, guys, is I'm showing you how to do a YouTube live and send the link. Send the link to your students, okay? So I'm starting the video. Now, okay, load up. Let's see, share. Okay, so I haven't gone live yet. Do you see where it says share down there at the bottom? That's how I'm going to share this. I can now copy that link, hit copy. Now I can go back in the classroom and I can say, okay, slope intercept, live, lesson. And I can add, and I can throw in a link, or I can do YouTube video. I wonder if you can do YouTube video if it's live. Let's find out right now together. I've never tried this before. Hit URL, hit this. Yeah, you can. Boom. That's the link to the live video. So I can hit assign, and then I would click over here, and I would go live. There you go. I don't want to do it because it's going to lag my computer. I'm going to leave. So that's what you would do for that class. So great question. Thank you for asking that excellent question. If you guys have any questions, throw those in. We're going to keep rolling. Okay. So let me, if you want, hey, let me know in the chat if you have signed up for my like text thing where I can like send out resources and links to stuff. I sent this out to you guys yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm going to go live on this. If you joined because of that, let me know in the chat. You get 100 points. And if you want to sign up so you can know when I do free resources, text teacher to that number. Okay, so here we go. We are talking about StreamYard. I'm going to walk you through setting up a StreamYard account. So it's StreamYard, StReam Yard, YARD.com. So when you're in StreamYard, you go and you hit login. Okay. So then I give them my email address, which I'm in my burner account, which I think, what is this? What email address am I in? I'm in my Tyler. So Tyler at tarveracademy.com. Get login to code. No account exists. Oh, no. I got to create an account. We're showing you how to create an account. So to create an account, Tyler at tarveracademy.com, and I'm gonna get a login code. So I'm walking you through this. So if you want to go back later and do this, which you should, because StreamYard is great for presenting from your screen. Like if you have a presentation or a slideshow, and you can also see your face, or you can take your face off. So look, I'll show you that here in a second. So 6-digit code, they just emailed me. I'm going to get my login code. I'm gonna go in here. Also, you can add in people. Like if you watch the slides one, I had a teacher from Bryant come in and she's a slides expert. If you want to see that, it's at tarveracademy.com/resources. We put the video up there. And so she went through a bunch of awesome advanced things teachers can do with Google Slides. And I just shared her the link and she presented with me. You could share the link with a student or two that's supposed to present that day and they could present with you. Okay. So I'm moving through StreamYard. I went and got my sign-on code. Now I need to connect something to be able to run these. So I can choose Facebook, I can choose LinkedIn, I can choose YouTube, I can choose Periscope. Anybody use Periscope anymore? They can use Twitch, or I can do a custom abbreviation of something I don't understand. So I always recommend YouTube because it's the one that everybody's most familiar with. You don't really want to stream your classroom videos directly to Facebook. It's asking for permission. I'm going to give it permission. While that's loading, I want to say hello. Norma just signed up. Thank you, Norma, for signing up for my free teacher text resource thing. All right. Amy, thanks for sharing the video with your district. I appreciate that. Julie's on the text. Tammy's on the text. Everybody is on the text. Why am I trying to do this? I don't know. Why do I try to think I can sing? I need to remind myself that I can. Guys, y'all didn't tell me that I'm using little screen. There, boom. Okay, so I'm going through StreamYard. I've signed up for an account. They've emailed me the code. I've put the code in. Now I have a StreamYard. This is what StreamYard looks like on the side where you're creating it. Now, I legit think StreamYard is great because it's incorporating with YouTube, but it's super easy to switch between screens. And that's one thing that I think YouTube Live will have in the future. I just don't think it's there yet. It's really just for presenting, like if I was just doing a video. I want to show my screen as a teacher because I'm showing a lot of resources. I'm showing graphs. I'm showing my PowerPoint, my slides, whatever presentation. Okay, so I'm in StreamYard. I want to create a broadcast. You're going to click on create a broadcast, and then you want to select your YouTube. Title is test StreamYard. I can't type. Test live. Okay, I can put a description if I want. One thing you could do for your class, if you want, in the description, paste the link to like your presentation so that students can join along in the presentation. All right. Now I can choose to schedule it later. That's what I did with this. So if you saw this on Facebook and I had a link to it, I went into StreamYard and I scheduled it for later. And then I grabbed the link and I threw it into Facebook so that you guys could join me whenever I went later. But we'll just go public with it. I'm going to click on create broadcast. Now it's probably going to slow down my computer because I'm running 2 live StreamYard broadcasts at the same time. Inception. Am I right, guys? All right. So there you go. I'm entering the broadcast studio. I'd have to give access. I'm going to say I allow it. Display name is, let's do my Instagram at Tyler Tarver. Hit enter broadcast studio. And then I can choose to put things on my stream. Right now I have a black blank background. I can click add to stream. Here we go. So I'm going to flip through that because I'm actually in StreamYard. So it's weird for me to show you StreamYard under there. I'm going to show you the different features of what it looks like on your end as you select it. So right now I am in split screen. Now I can choose different options. I can go full screen here. I can split with my window that I chose. I can choose to be smaller. This is also if you have multiple guests, they would stack up right here. Or I could just show you my screen. This is just showing you what is on my screen. Like, let me get off there because it's confusing. So there you go. Now I can just see my screen if I want my students and I don't want to see my face, but I want to present and do that from there. So I'm going to go back to this. Okay. It's also good if you do interviews. You can actually do this and it would split screen, but I don't have anybody in here. But it would split screen with interviews, you know, multiple people present. So like say you're doing a debate for your class and you want 2 students to debate and you would be the moderator. You could go in and share the StreamYard link with them to co-present with you. And then you can have them debate and then you could be the moderator and bounce in whenever you chose to. And then you can, you know, it's really cool. I'm going to, Julie asks, is there a microphone that you recommend? Yes, I can send you the link for that. Just text me and I'll text you the link to that. So text that number right there and just say, hey, microphone link, and I'll shoot you the link to it. It's Yeti, but there's a specific one I would recommend. YouTube Live. Leslie asked, YouTube Live can schedule for later or just StreamYard? Both. So you can schedule YouTube Live for later and then send them the link. And you can also do StreamYard. So either one. Good question. And Leslie asked, do the students need a StreamYard account? No, they don't, because they're not going into, okay, so you're probably asking one of 2 ways. Do they need a StreamYard account to watch this on? No, because this goes live on YouTube. All they have to do is go to YouTube. They don't even need a YouTube account to watch it, okay? Now, if you're asking, do they need a StreamYard account to be able to be in there with you? No, they can just click the link. It goes through the website. So StreamYard is a website that you would just go to, and then you could present it from there. This is really trippy seeing 2 of me going live. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Let me show you my screen. I'm going to take myself off because you're seeing me anyways. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the different features on here. I can choose to mute myself. I can stop my camera. I can share my screen. This is the one you're going to use most of the time. When you click this, I'm like, okay, I don't need those tips. And you can choose to share my entire screen, or you can pick a specific window or a specific tab within your Google Chrome. So that's really cool. So if you don't want to show anything on your screen except one specific tab, I can do that. So there you go. Now it's showing that tab. Now I can choose to switch between those. I can choose me. I can choose this. I can choose this. I can choose this. I can choose all these options. Now, over here, this is what I see. Do you guys see this? What am I doing? Why don't I just, I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. You know what I should do? I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this thing because I'm ridiculous. I'm going to stop StreamYard. Okay, look at this. Guys, I'm so silly. I'm so sorry. I'm going to show you my actual screen. Why did I do this? Seriously. I'm going to share my screen that I'm actually on. So you guys can see, whoa, that's why I didn't do it, because it's Inception. Over here on the right though, that's where you can see all of your comments. So I can throw somebody's comment in here. Boom. I can throw your comments just that easily, that quickly, and then I can hide it. I can take it away. So this banners, this is where I can choose between like, hey, hit the red subscribe button, go text teacher, tarveracademy.com, patreon.com/Tyler Tarver. So these are things that I talk about occasionally, and so I can leave those up. I can also private chat with you guys, which I've never done, but I could, I guess. And then this is where I go through my branding. So I can choose, I did a conference called the Baller Teacher Conference. I can put those up there. I can use StreamYard. I can switch between those. I can use borders if I want. I don't have to. I can use StreamYard, or I can click none. I don't want an overlay, so I need to take that off. There we go. I can toss in, I can have like a countdown video clip. If you wanted, I could throw in this. I didn't mean to do sorry guys. That's actually new, the video clips. That's pretty cool. So you could do like a countdown, you could do an intro, you could do whatever you want. I can choose my backgrounds. So there's a lot of cool options here, and I can also change my brand's color. So those are a bunch of the things you can do in StreamYard. Oh, Ashley. Okay, so Ashley asked a good question. I gotta stop sharing the screen. Remove. Okay. So Ashley asked a good question. She asked, "Can I use my iPad as a whiteboard on StreamYard and then show my face?" Yes, you can. They just changed that to where you can do it. So you could go in, share your screen, your whole screen on your iPad, and you could write on it and use it as a co-presenting board. I haven't done it yet, but I did see that they did that. If I'm wrong, let me know and I'll stop telling people they can do that. So great question. Great question. Okay, keep throwing your questions out there. We're going to keep talking about different options for streaming your classes over there. So we talked about you can pre-record and record on your phone, then upload it. You can record it from when you do that, you can do it from your phone and it's on your phone stored and you can edit or do whatever and then upload it. If you don't want to store it on your phone, you can run it directly into YouTube, like using YouTube Live, pre-record it and then give them the link. Or you can record it directly into Google Classroom from your phone or your iPad, and then you can have them just go straight in there and upload to that. The other option would be if you wanted to go live, you could have like a chat going with your students where they're participating in your class. That's what we're doing right now. You can also do a live through StreamYard where they're chatting and you can show your screen. Now, I want to show you another one. This is really cool, and this will be the last one I show you guys. This one is called a YouTube Premiere. Okay, so let's say, so with the YouTube Premiere, when you go to upload a YouTube video, you have the option to upload it now. You can make it public, unlisted, private. You can schedule for later, so the video just becomes available on YouTube, a week from now or 2 years from now. Actually, no, there's some YouTubers that will record a message to themselves on their YouTube and like, this is where I want to be 2 years from now. I want this to go live. And they'll schedule it 3 years in advance. And then 3 years from now, it just goes live and they're reminded of what they thought 3 years before, which is really cool. The other thing that you can do is called a YouTube Premiere. And I really like YouTube Premieres, especially for teachers. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. So whenever you're on YouTube and you go to upload the video, and I've got a video on this as well on my website or on my YouTube that you're on right now. So just go in there and you can see the video on how to do a YouTube Premiere. But what it is, you can record the video beforehand. So I could record a whole video on my phone of me teaching for 45 minutes. I can straight up record it. Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? Hey. Then I can upload it to YouTube and I can select Premiere. And what that does is that schedules it out a week in advance, okay, just like a schedule. But the difference is that while that video goes live, while that video is playing, it's like all of your students and you walked into a movie theater and you're watching a movie in real time. So you could take the link, share it with your students as a YouTube Premiere, and they'll see that the premiere goes live in whatever time. And then when it starts, that pre-recorded video starts playing, but then they're all there. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I actually did this for a conference I did online this summer. I created called the Baller Teacher Conference. What's up? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where that is. Let me remove this. Stop screen share there. Now I'm going to share my screen. Sorry, what's that? Sharing the screen. If you have any questions, throw it in the chat. We'd love to hear it. I'm going to share this window right here. Okay. So I am on YouTube. I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to show you a YouTube Premiere. Because here's the thing, you can watch a YouTube Premiere like it's a premiere later. So watch this. This is really cool. So I'm going to find my YouTube channel, Tarver Academy, Nickelodeon. Your Nick's Kids. Why do I keep singing the Nickelodeon song? I have no idea. I don't know why that's stuck in my head. So I'm going to go to videos. Here, go here. Hit subscribe. Appreciate that. Here we go. So we're going in. It's down here under Baller Teacher. Here it is. Let's do the one that I pre-recorded with. Let's go with Josh. Okay, so here we go. So I pre-recorded I pre-recorded this video with my friend Josh. We did not record this live. This was a pre-recorded video. I went to his office in Conway. I set up my camera. I filmed it. I edited it, and I put it into all this stuff. Okay. So, all right, sorry, waiting on this ad to play. Okay. So, up here in the upper right, do you see where it says show chat replay? Because this ran as a live video, I can go back and watch what it looked like when it was live. So it's loading up, load up. There it is. I'm going to choose to show live chat replay because you can show top chat or I can show live chat. Waiting on it to load up. It loaded up. Okay. So this is what it looked like. While this video was playing, I was sitting in my office watching it with them, and they're in there chatting. Now, Josh and I, we asked questions while we were talking. We're like, in the chat, say this. In the chat, do this. See, look, see how I put that text in there? In the chat. What apps do your students spend their time on? Here in a second, these teachers are going to start tossing in what they are, they're answering that question. So why is this cool for teachers? Because if you're like me, sometimes you may get distracted if you're trying to run and teach a class, you know, trying to teach a class live because you're going to see their questions, you're going to answer them, you're going to talk to them. With this, I can pre-record uninterrupted just by myself, 45 minutes of me teaching about the American Revolution. I can upload that. Then I can have it scheduled as a premiere. So all my students have to be there at 9 a.m. to watch the premiere. They go in and they're all in there. Then I can actually be in the chat while that video is playing. So I'm teaching them, but then in the chat, they can ask questions. I can ask questions. If they ask for resources or tips, I can grab a link and toss it in there. It's almost now like I have a co-teacher that is myself. I'm teaching the lesson, but then I'm also helping students in the chat. I'm curating conversation. I'm following up with students. I could have it play as a premiere. And at the beginning of the video, I could have said, hey guys, to let me know that you're here, tell me that you're here in the comments. Say here, here, here. And you could go in and while you're teaching, you could be checking the list, calling students that haven't shown up yet and telling them to go to the YouTube and check into the premiere video. So it's like you now have a co-teacher. And that's why I love YouTube premieres. I think they're really, really cool if you use them wisely. So we've talked through just finding videos on YouTube and tossing them in, creating a playlist, tossing it in, recording your own videos, uploading them. That's from YouTube into YouTube or directly into Google Classroom. We've also talked about streaming live on YouTube, streaming live through StreamYard, which if you're live on YouTube, it's really just your face. You can do that from your phone or from your computer, or you can do a StreamYard and you can have it where it shows your screen and it can show your face like we're doing right now. So let me stop this because it's distracting. We've also talked about, now we've talked about YouTube premieres where you can pre-record it, upload it as a premiere, and then that way it's a live chat with your students while the video is playing over here. So I want to answer some of y'all's questions. If you have any more questions, toss them in right now so I can answer them before we end. We're talking about teaching remotely with video. So let's see. So Leslie asked, when you are videoing on your phone, how do you keep all your stinking notifications and calls to stop? You need the Wi-Fi so the airplane mode will not work. So what I do is I actually go into my settings. You can go to your settings and then go to, it's like the fifth one down. See, it's right there. Just trying to get my face. It says notifications. You can actually turn off all of your notifications right there. So you can just turn them off temporarily and then turn them back on. And that's what I would do if you're going to do it. Now, here's the deal. If you are just sharing, like say if I'm going live on YouTube and it's filming me, it's not going to show my screen because it's recording me. So you don't have to worry about students seeing it unless it's just that it's distracting you. Now, if you're showing your actual screen on your computer while you're doing this and you don't want text messages from your friends, like that's my greatest fear. I'm presenting and then like text from my friends because they're insane. And so you don't know what they're going to say. And so if they say that, I want to be, you know, inappropriate or just distracting to everybody in the room. What you can do is you can go in and just share a specific screen. So like right here, I am just sharing my screen. I'm not sharing my whole screen. I'm just sharing that Chrome tab. So it's not showing any notifications that pop up on the side of my computer. It's just showing that one tab. Electric said, can you link your iPad to the StreamYard while streaming from a laptop? Let me say that again without just reading it. Can you link your iPad to StreamYard while streaming from a laptop? Yes, you can. I got an email. I need to try it. I might try it for one of the next ones. Just try like running it from here. But I got an email saying that you can now do StreamYard from your iPad. You want to show your iPad screen as a whiteboard, and then you can use your Apple Pencil to draw a little nicer with just a mouse. I absolutely agree. You could roll in Jamboard on this thing and roll. You can do Notability. You can do all that. I wonder, maybe, you know what? Let's try it right now. Do y'all want to try it right now? Cool, let's do it. I mean, why not? So I want to go into, so I would need to go to StreamYard. No, I need to share my StreamYard. So let's see if I could share this real quick. Guests, play a sound. I didn't start it with my guest, and so I can't show it. Oh no, here it is. Okay, sorry. Bear with me. Here we go. Copy. So I'm going to email that to myself. Stay with me. What we're doing right now, guys, is I'm trying to see if you can do this straight from your iPad and your laptop at the same time. This will be pretty dope if you can. We're going to find out very shortly. Okay, I'm hitting send. Okay, so here we go. All right, so let me X off of this because I'm going to give this a shot. I'm not going to waste my shot. Okay, so here we go. So let me check that email. I'm trying to see if I can go live from my YouTube or from my iPad directly to this. Here we go. Join me on StreamYard. I'm going to click the link. Let's see if we can make this happen. Entering the broadcast studio. Here we go. Allow. Oh, I'm on there. Let's do this. Okay. Enter the broadcast studio. Okay. So now I've got to accept it. Oh, I got to turn the volume down on this because that's going to be annoying if you hear that. All right. So we're trying it out. We're seeing if we can go from our iPad directly onto here. Here we go. Add a string. And
let's see if I can share my screen. Okay. So here we go.
Here on my iPad, but I want to see if I can show my screen on my iPad. Let's see. Oh, that's annoying because I can hear myself from here. Chat. Cam mic. It's not allowing me to show my screen. Nope, I can't. Unless I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to X off of that. Remove that little dude. So, sorry. We tried it. We can't. So, great question. I'm sorry that I couldn't figure it out. I might play with it, see if I can figure it out later. Is there any way to make your questions, comments stand out in the chat box when using Premiere with students? Yes. You can pin your comment to the top if you want while you're doing a chat. So, you could go in, pin that comment, and it stays there so that any student that jumps in would still be able to see that while the other ones are scrolling through. Okay. So, thank you guys so much. I know a lot of you guys got to go. You've got PDs. I hope your school is starting off well. If you would, if you want to sign up for my text thing so I can send you out resources, and anytime we go live, I'll kind of give you a heads up. Like, yo, we're going live tomorrow. We're talking about this. So just text teacher to 501-214-4071 if you want me to send you resources when I get them. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. We do have a winner of the giveaway on our Patreon. So if you want to enter that giveaway for next time, we're giving away I gave this away this time. I'm picking another educational book to give away on there. So if you want, join that. That would be dope. And also, it's just a really nice thing you can do to support what we're doing right now. So thank you guys for tuning in. Holler at me if you need anything. I'm excited. The school year is going to be great. You guys are going to learn. Your students are going to have fun. And you're going to do an amazing job teaching, whether it's in person or remotely. Thank you guys for tuning in. Never stop learning, you guys. Peace.